Basil, the cat. Like Luton, Ipswich got promoted from the Championship with a squad made up of players you wouldn't have on paper as high-end Championship talent. Yeah, agreed. Given Delap's departure, they are largely left with the squad that massively overachieved in the Championship last time out. Why should we see them as favourites for promotion? Well, I think the reason why is the reason I'm going to say you're not entirely correct in saying that they're going to be left with the squad that went up, because they're not. Because they signed a load of players who are going to be there in the Championship next season that weren't in the Championship last time. They've obviously got Palmer and Muric, the goalkeepers there. Ben Johnson is new. He could play right back. Dara O'Shea and Jacob Greaves weren't there. They could be the two centre-backs, although O'Shea may be sold in the summer. Leif Davis, that might need replacing if he leaves. They'll certainly need new midfield, put it that way. It's not going to be Morsey and Luongo. It definitely can't be Luongo because he has left. So again, he's not going to be there. And then when you look at the three behind the front, who would it have been in the Championship? Chaplin, Broadhead and Hutchinson. Well, Hutchinson will be there. 35 million quid release clause says he might not. But then Philogene has come. Clark has come. Smodics was the top scorer in the Championship last time. I'm sure I'm missing a few sort of big names out from those positions where Ipswich seem rather stacked. And yeah, Delap has gone, so they probably need a striker in there. So I would agree that Ipswich, like Luton, got promoted with players who, on paper, yeah, it was a great managerial performance, wasn't it? A bit different for Luton because obviously they went up in the playoffs and the kind of door opened, didn't it, in Luton's season where there was kind of an idea of failure with, I think it's like Norwich and Watford, might have been year one parachute teams, maybe year two. I can't remember at the time, but none of them managed to do it. Ipswich went up as well in a season where the parachute teams were very good, as in Leicester got 97 points, Leeds got 90, and Southampton got high 80. So there's a few differences. And the last one I would add, and we've spoken specifically about recruitment, I think the biggest signing Luton made was Taif Chong for like 5 million quid or something when they were in the Premier League. And Ipswich spent like over 100 million quid, didn't they? And Luton then didn't massively touch their parachute payments, whereas you'd expect Ipswich will be able to utilise them. Not that it's right, but it's what everybody does. They'll utilise them to sign new players. You're supposed to spend it on the contracts that came down with from the Premier League. So, whether that makes them favourites for promotion or not, I think the favourites tag is mainly due to the fact that Leicester will possibly, likely get a points deduction, which means although they'll be a favourite to be in the top 6, the top 4, the top 2, you tell me, maybe they can't be title favourites. And Southampton will still, who knows? You know, if he does well, they'll be right up there and they'll probably be over 80 points. Tends to be what happens to parachute teams. But could it not go well? And that's the deal at this point in June when we don't know, I suspect if Kieran McKenna goes to manage Brentford, Ipswich's odds may lengthen. But right now, you look at the parachute teams as favourites and probably Ipswich as the most stable. So perhaps I've answered the comparison to Luton, which, yeah, you can have some similarities, but I think there's way more differences than similarities. And I think they're probably, right now as I'm talking, the most stable of the 3 year one parachute teams.